Welcome to this Hope to Go. Today I want to talk to you about defining moments. Sometimes our defining moments are difficult, harsh, and harmful. Other times, defining moments are easy, pleasant, and peaceful. But through it all, the late great singer and songwriter Andre Crouch says, we learn to trust in Jesus, we learn to trust in God, we learn to depend upon His Word. Defining moments are divinely designed moments that are meant to let us know where our hearts are, and they're also meant to let us know where our faith lies. The Bible gives us an amazing example of the power of a defining moment. And in this Hope to Go, I want to give you some truth, defining moment truth to help you find acceptance and fulfill your divine destiny. If you're going to do that, the first thing that you have to have is this: you must make peace with your past. Genesis 32:22. During the night, the Bible says, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 servant wives, and his 11 sons and crossed over the Jabbok River with them. By crossing the Jabbok River, which means he will empty, this was a defining moment for Jacob as he was entering into the promise that God had already sworn to give to his grandfather Abraham and his descendants. But God was not about to allow Jacob to enter the promised land of God's blessing and favor on his own terms or in his own strength. This is the path that every child of God who is searching for acceptance with God must travel. And then 2, to fulfill your God-given purpose, you will wrestle with God. Ouch. Genesis 32:24 says it this way. This left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man came and wrestled with him until the dawn began to break. During the wrestling, Jacob's hip was dislocated, and all Jacob could do was hold on and cry out for a blessing in the midnight hour. Genesis 32:26 says it like this. Then the man said, let me go, for the dawn is breaking. A new day's coming. But Jacob said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. Don't miss this. The point is this: seeking God's blessing, Jacob was humbling himself and exalting God. Jacob was realizing, like we must, that only God could provide the blessing that he so desperately needed. And he believed, as we must, that God alone is sufficient. Genesis 32:27 tells us that he says, what is your name? The man asked. He replied, Jacob. Now he lied before, but now he says his real name. Your name will no longer be Jacob, the man told him. From now on, you will be called Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have won. This is the name Israel today. Now watch this. It wasn't that Jacob overcame God as much as Jacob overcame his sinful past and discovered genuine acceptance by confessing and desiring to be changed. Like Jacob, we too must come to God with a genuine desire to be transformed. But then 3, from defining moment to destiny is a daily process. Genesis 32:31 says it this way. The sun was rising as Jacob left Peniel, and he was limping because of the injury to his hip. Jacob had seen God and had been given a new name, but the benefits of his defining moment didn't appear all at once. God had to give Jacob a limp to remind him, like he reminds us, walk by faith. His limp would forever be a constant souvenir that God was in control of his life. Now, when we allow God to have his way in our lives, it is the dawning of a new day. I wonder if that's what you need today. If you're having a difficult season, maybe, just maybe, this is a defining moment in your life. And maybe it's time to let go and let God lead you to your destiny. If that's you, hit me up on Facebook and I'll keep you in prayer. Until then, walk in your defining moment, because destiny is calling. And that's your Hope to Go.